Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time from Eelco Van Kampen. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, I'm not sure how exciting the video will be because he asked for me to do top 5 or 10 movies that make you feel great when talking or hearing about them. And really the ones I would pick were the ones, to be honest, that's the ones that I put in my top 10 personal favorite films of all time. I can appreciate artistic measure, I can appreciate direction and cinematography, but what I prefer are the films that make me excited or thrilled or just pumped up with adrenaline, crowd pleasing. Like, those are the films I usually go towards, and thus became my favorites. Like Hard Target, I talk about all the time because it does make me feel great talking about the film, because I miss that kind of stuff. I miss that kind of era of those type of movies where you have a film with Van Damme. You get a guy, it's like a comic book movie, over the top, at the same time it's violent, at the same time it doesn't hold back, at the same time it's real people doing real things, craft of the explosions and stunt people and how they did the squibs and these little explosives to make look like people get shot. And I looked at that finale of Hard Target and I see just all the stuff that had to be put into for all the bullets, gunshots, all the bouncing off bullets and the effects of the sparks. All the time, the windows breaking, explosions here, stunt people, kicking. How do you do a scene where you kick a gas can, you blow it up, right in front of a person, and then you have a motorcycle fly back, fly out of the damn window. It's like style, it's larger than life, badassery. When him and Lance Henriksen, he's going up, he does that long kick, and really like drop kick into Lance Henriksen's chest. I miss that kind of stuff. I love that type of stuff. Good versus evil, actual evil. Not every fucking film has to be, well, it's a bad guy, but we have to feel sorry for him too. That can work. Doesn't mean you have to do it all the fucking time. I do miss where it's just people that just love to be evil. Well, that's one-dimensional. Guess what? There's a lot of people that don't have that many dimensions. That's true. They love killing, they love money, they love drugs. They love mayhem. They love to hunt. There are people like that in the world. If you don't believe it, you're in for a rude awakening. So yeah, I love Hard Target to death. I always love talking about the film. I do. This always brings a smile to my face when I talk about it with people and doing the fan cuts of the film. I love it. I absolutely love it. Aliens. This film behind me. When I think of a film that it does take its time, but it's worth it, with the characters and with the dialogue and when the action scenes do happen, the way the film looks, and especially when you watch the extended cut and learn about what happened with Ripley's daughter and then how that compares to Newt later on. Hits how cool and collected but badass he is. Bill Paxton as Hudson, so much fun. Even the side characters, Apone, look into my eye. You secure that shit, Hudson. Again, it's just a group of characters that are fun to watch, even without the aliens. And then when the xenomorphs come in, that is that much more of a great addition. With a powerhouse score by James Horner, I think it's his best work, especially under the tough conditions he was under. May he rest in peace. Sigourney Weaver, very likable, very just a person with the moral standards you could stand beside, behind, with, near all the words in the alphabet. Words don't have alphabets, I know. They're made of alphabets, but I love talking about aliens. Talk about any time. Rambo 2 and Rambo 3. My two favorites. Rambo First Blood Part 2, when I'm like, yeah, he gets the C4, and he blows that motherfucker up, or he's sneaking, he's hiding in the mud, and I did one of the best musical scores, Jerry Joseph. And when he gets the helicopter, and he just blows his shit out, just that rage unleashing onto these poor sons of bitches that fucked him over, and they fucked with the wrong person, and they drew first blood, not him, and just that unleashing of rage that we all have of being fucked over by the system was like, there's more men out there. Find them, or I'll find you, Murdoch. I'm coming to get you. And then the Jerry Smith, he's like, bah, 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 fries the fucker. And then Rambo 3, always found it underrated. The stick fight, when he gets that fucking, 50 caliber, whatever, is like that, and he takes down the helicopter, with Jerry Goldsmith music behind it. C4, blowing up a fucking helicopter, hunting in the dark in caves, beating that one big motherfucker, kicking him in the face, and it blows up. At the finale, we got fucking tanks, you got helicopters, you got all, this fucking actual war at the end. It's an actual war. And Rambo, gets the other machine gun. I mean, you got fucking tank versus a helicopter done all for real. I miss that because you cannot get more real than real. If people want to tell me how great films like Shang-Chi and all this other stuff, no, I saw it done for real. Not real enough to hurt people, obviously, but real, it's a real tank, it's a real helicopter. They get blood squirts to make it look like someone got shot. You really punches, kicks. I saw that in Rambo 3. That to me is epic. And done on camera. And that makes me excited. And sad because you don't see a lot of those types anymore. This film, which I always talk about, Leviathan. I feel great talking about it because I like the characters. I like the horror aspect. I like the way the underwater looked, but they shot it dry for wet, so they weren't really underwater. And I like the Ron Cobb who worked on Alien, the production design. I like the dialogue. Call me Becky one more time, sits back, we're gonna pop your tops. All 6 of them. I like that stuff. I find that stuff endearing. Well, endearing is the wrong word. Just likable. Likability of characters. Big Trouble in Little China. I know this is embarrassing, but each time that film ends, I'm sad. I'm sad that we never got a sequel. I'm sad that, yeah, there are comic books, but I don't think the comics were that great. We never got to see more of Jab Burton and Wayne and what happened afterward, other dealings with the supernatural, or maybe it's vampires or werewolves or other stuff. Big Trouble in Little China, when I get to the end, and I've once again have grown to love these characters each time anew as I watch it. I see Jab Burton, he's clumsy, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's able to get the right thing done at the right time, his moment to shine, killing the bad guy, and then Dennis Dunn getting his moments, and they part ways. And the way Caruso played the character, and you have this entertaining, you can feel the wall, you can feel the thunder buzz. We better run, run into the distant night, run until they take us away, take us away, take us away. Big trouble in Little China. That song makes me feel great. It's peppy. It's just the energy flowing. Feel kind of invincible. It's a lot of fun, and it's a film that sadly, I mean, even if it was a hit, who knows if it would have gotten a sequel, but I just would love to have seen more of those characters. I really would have. I mean, other ones, Predator 2, anytime I talk about it, I always think it's such a great roller coaster ride with Danny Glover, and like it starts off with a bang and it doesn't let go. It's just a great roller coaster. You get to the last 40 minutes, and it's like almost a breathless ride. Where you got the subway scene, and then you get what happened to Gary Busey's men, and then you got "You Want Me? Here I Am," and Danny Glover's the Predator, and the meat locker, and then the rooftop, and one-on-one fight. And Danny Glover's at the disc. Your move, pussyface. You're right. Shit happens. I will never stop defending Predator 2. I Come in Peace. I Come in Peace is such a fun... I feel great talking about it because, again, it's this... Back to the day in the 90s when you had still the elements of the 80s, the excess, with a little bit more of 90s technology, where we want to give people a bang for their buck. And I Come in Peace did not cost a lot of money, but we want to give you the bang for your buck. Not spend $100 million and then you get this much out of it. No, we're going to spend $5 million or $10 million and you get this much out of it with action and explosions, and that's really what people are going for. They hope also for good characters or likable characters, or have a fun presence to them, or a fun personality. Which I think Dolph Lundgren and Brian Ben, they work well together. Even the side characters, like the weird guy who drinking too much caffeine, dial your radio to KILL. It's just so much fun. It's so much entertainment. It's so much of a... And you go in pieces, asshole. That's just a satisfying finale. I come in peace. And you go in pieces, asshole. Like, when was the last time you saw an ending, like in recent, I'm talking about in recent years, that was like, yeah, that's satisfying. Crowd pleasing of an ending. When Marvel films, they kind of all end the same way. This big CGI, overload, world is going to end, cataclysm. I mean, you just don't get... Because it's labeled cheesy, it's labeled corny, it's labeled all of these other labels. But that stuff is satisfying, it is exciting, it is fun. The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. I love that film because, to me, I can think of so many lines and it still cracks me up. With the way Eddie Murphy plays it, with the type of character he plays it. Because to me, that is an ordinary man thrust into extraordinary circumstances. You just focus on Eddie, and just, he knows this is batshit insane. And that's how he plays it. A scroll. I bet you had 2 of these. You spoiled one of them before you got here. You need to stop smoking scrolls. Also, you better put that one away, or some Rastafari's gonna come and jump you. Or when the girl Charlotte Lewis is telling about this lady, oh, she was raped by a dragon, and Eddie Murphy's like, Does that happen a lot where you come from? Or when he sees all these months and people have to talk with this rolling thing. And it's like, I want the knife. I want the knife. Please. I did. It's like, it's what it is that you're taking a ridiculous, goofy concept, and Eddie Murphy is pretty much riffing on it the whole time. That's really what it is. If you watch The Golden Child, it's Eddie Murphy doing his own Mystery Science Theater 3000 during the entire fucking film. That's what it is. Eddie Murphy, as his character, is doing a Mystery Science Theater 3000 riff on the entire film, but he's in the film. Like, he sees the little kid, and the kid's not doing anything. Did someone give you a Valium or something? I'm sure glad this happens to you all the time. I'm ready to shit on myself. During the car chase at the end, when they try to get to safety. That, to me, is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The first two Ninja Turtle films, they're very nostalgic. And when I hear those characters talk and I see the designs by Jim Henson and his team, it's me thrust back to when I was a kid. And as a kid, seeing them for the first time on VHS, so I would have been about 11, and for 5 minutes believing they were real. You know, for a short time, I'm like, they're real. You know, the way they look, their articulation, the voices, especially in the second film, the voices, God, oh, wow, they're really alive. Just for 5 minutes, though. Of course, yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it's a movie, but I mean, that gives a lot of joy. And that's kind of what it is with me in terms of movies. That's how I've always looked at films. I've always looked at films as entertainment. And at first and foremost, I just want to be entertained. And if you do entertain me, I will look over a lot of flaws. I will. I know I seem like a harsh critic. Vlogger, that's what it is, just a glorified vlogger. But I just want to be entertained. If you're a comedy, I want you to have me laugh. If you're an action film, I want you to excite me and thrill me. If you're a horror film, I don't want to get scared, but I want, like, really creepy and like the characters. Be satisfied with the ending. Sometimes I'm not asking for too much. Although people think I am. Which is understandable, honestly. But there's a lot of films I look at that I could feel good talking about them and thinking about them. And like I did it on my Letterboxd, my 100 favorite films, and someone said, a lot of them are like action films. Yeah, because it's my favorite genre. Action and monster movies, then comedy. Those are my favorite genres. Action and then monster movies. So yeah, they'd be my favorites, because those are my two favorite genres. So yeah, you have like Rambo and Hard Target and I Come in Peace, but then also Leviathan, John Carpenter's The Thing, Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, Tremors, The Blob from 1988, which is another one. And then like the Ninja Turtles, they're not monsters, but they're non-human creatures, but it's an action movie, you know. And they're the good guys. Which in a weird way, maybe that's why the Ninja Turtles, I didn't even think about this till now. I wonder maybe that's why I gravitated towards them so much as a kid. I love action movies. I love monster movies. This is like if I don't consider them monsters, but if four of those type were good guys and could do action. Kind of a melding of the two. And again, like From Dusk Till Dawn and Aliens and Dog Soldiers, when it's monsters and action, really get me intrigued. It's funny, to Eelco, who requested this, I didn't realize that until saying that out loud. That's actually kind of kind of actually blown away that I never thought of that until now. That might be, and I didn't think of it as a kid, because as a kid you just enjoy something. But in retrospect, action and monster movies are my two favorite. That is why I like the Ninja Turtles so much. Huh. I'm kind of blown away by that. Epiphany. That's the word I'm looking for. It's an epiphany. Huh. But yeah, I enjoy a lot of that stuff, so with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. What films make you feel great hearing or talking about them? Feel free to let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.